So in a previous lesson, we ran into some buttons that we didn't quite know what to do with them. And I have since researched and found out what they do. And so I'm going to pass that information on to you. But I did want to make a plug for the playbook, which is an awesome resource. And if you don't have one, I do highly recommend this one. There are some playbooks that are okay. This one is excellent. And so this one actually had the information that I want to share with you. So this is something that I can send you. It doesn't have territorial rights. So if this is a resource that you would like us to send you, then please go on to our website and order one. And we can get it out to you as soon as we can. So when we're doing a direct scan, let's do this one first. I'm going to put a word that I want to cut out. It says thankful. And I'm going to go ahead and start scanning this. And when you're writing things out like this, I mean, they're pretty thin. So one of the things that we can do is add space around our word. So I'm going to say okay. I'm going to take a minute here and go ahead and crop it. So we have my word thankful, and I'm going to say okay, so it processes. Then when we get to this edit button, these were the two buttons that I wasn't sure of what they do. The one on the left that looks like a traffic circle actually is the one that adds distance between the object and the cut line. So I can add more space between my word and what is actually cut. This is similar to if you have one of the embroidery machines, that when you're making a stamp of an object, you can add space in between where where the end of the embroidery goes and where you would start your fill. So I'm just going to go ahead and say okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, but I do have the wrong blade in, so I'm going to change this out. So let's take a look at what it looks like. And that's what we get, is this really cute little thankful that has, and the space that you have in between your lettering and where it cuts is, completely up to you. But that's what that traffic circle button does. So the other one is, let's go home and do my direct scan. The other one is if we have an unsteady hand. Which sometimes we do. And we're going to go ahead and scan this in. So let's get this. Okay, so there's my pretty unsteady line there. This little button down here is actually a line smoother. So if you hit the right button, it will try to smooth out your line as much as it possibly can. Which, if you see my original and this one, it's pretty good. So that's what that one does. And you know, you may or may not ever need to use it, but at least you know what it does. So I'm going to go ahead and say okay. So then the next button here that we have on our editing screen is this one with two squares. And those are actually borders. So I can put, there's a couple of different pages of borders around. I'm going to put that kind of a fancy border around this. And I'm going to say okay. That's really close to my line, so I'm going to go ahead and add some distance between my border and my funny little line there. And I'm going to say okay, and okay. And I'm going to cut that one out. So they're just some kind of fun tools that you can use to add borders and space when you're doing direct cuts. And also smoothing out your lines. And let's see what that looks like. So there you have it. There's my little line with my little border around it, which is not a great use of a border because it had to squish its nice little borders on the ends there. But that's what those buttons are for. So hope that helps and gives you a few more tools that you can play with. And good luck on the turn dash garden project. Hopefully you're getting that done, and we'll see you later.